care of you, and now you find yourself taking care of your parent or maybe another elderly loved one. Research shows, by the way, that 13 million baby boomers are caring for their aging or ailing parents. And if you find yourself in that situation, well, there are some things you need to know. And here to help us organize your life around that is Alicia Rockmore, CEO and co-founder of Button Up. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
Oh, man, this is such an important subject because we have to really take care of our parents after all they did for us.
Such an important subject, and one that is oftentimes difficult to get people to talk about, but so important. I'm an 87-year-old mother, and it's so important to address these things before there are issues, and it's really easy.
Organize is your big thing, so help us organize this.
Absolutely. The first thing that I tell people to do to get started is organize important documents.
Sure.
And there are 3 big important documents that you need. You need a living will or a healthcare proxy. So if you're not in a situation, your parents in a situation where they can't make a healthcare decision, they've appointed somebody to do that for them.
Okay.
Second is a will. Obvious, and make sure you have one. But the most important is probably power of attorney.
Power of attorney, because if anything happens to them, they got to know you have to be the one to step in.
Absolutely. Then we talk about what are your parents or the elderly relatives' wishes. Sit down, you know, years before there's ever a situation, and have a conversation. Do you want to stay at home? These are some good books.
These are research items that you can read about, right?
It'll also help you start those conversations.
Sure.
Do you want to live at home and, you know, have some sort of a medical alert? Do you want to live, you know, somewhere else, like in an assisted living? Do you have long-term insurance? And if you don't, you might want to get them actually for the parent or elderly relative if you're going to be the one financially responsible for them.
How about if they're living alone now, or you have to take care of them and you have medical needs you have to worry about? Help us organize with that.
Organize. You can get something like a Life Doc, which is available at Target, and put all your health information in it.
Sure.
But make sure, in particular, you keep track of all their doctors and all their medications. Elderly people, you need to not only write down all of their prescription medication, but anything else, vitamins, aspirins that they're taking, dosage amounts. If there's ever an emergency, you take something like this, you grab it, and you go to the doctor or the emergency room, because they may forget things. You absolutely
have to be the one to remember.
Be able to remember.
What items do we have here at the table, and do we need these, or these are items you may have to think about?
The most important thing to think about is prescription and non-prescription medications. And then let's talk about the budget piece, because as an elderly relative needs more and more care, finances become an issue. So you need to think about, what does that person have financially to be able to take care of themselves?
And you have to be maybe the one to call the insurance company, be the one to call the Social Security Department and the other pension plans to find out what's available.
Medicare, pick a Medicare plan, understand what's covered from a prescription standpoint. If you need help, get help from state agencies. But put together a budget for today, and also a budget for what you think you'll need a year or 2 from now. Because especially if you need assistance, it can take that long to get that going.
Come with me over here. We have a phone and a little...
And a schedule. And the final thing I say is share the responsibility. If you have siblings, if you have cousins, give everybody a job and make sure they do it. Somebody's responsible for calling, somebody's responsible for medical, somebody's responsible for financial situations, because you know what? You can't do it all alone.
It's not. Share the responsibility.
Absolutely.
Let everyone take part in this really a new adventure in your life.
And have that conversation early before it becomes a necessity.
Are you using this in your life?
Absolutely. My mom, absolutely. We've had the conversation with her, and my sisters and I share the responsibility taking care of her.
And you don't look stressed out.
Not today.
Alicia Rockmore, CEO and co-founder of Button Up, as always, want to thank you for joining us this morning. All right, more to come. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching More to Hear on the CNA time right now is 7:54.
Thanks
I wish you were.